What is high functioning autism? High functioning autism, HFA, is a term often used to describe individuals on the autism spectrum who have a higher level of cognitive and verbal skills. These individuals might experience many of the core symptoms of autism, such as challenges with social interactions, sensory sensitivities, and repetitive behaviors, but they are generally able to function independently in many aspects of life. It's important to understand that high-functioning autism is not an official diagnosis in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5. Instead, individuals who were once diagnosed with high-functioning autism may now be diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, which is a spectrum that includes a wide range of developmental conditions. Now, let's break down what high-functioning autism typically involves. 1. Communication skills. Individuals with high-functioning autism typically have a strong vocabulary and may speak fluently. However, they may still struggle with social communication, which can make interactions feel awkward or confusing. For example, they might have difficulty with maintaining eye contact, understanding tone, or interpreting nonverbal cues. Although their verbal communication may be strong, they might struggle with small talk, reading between the lines, or understanding sarcasm and jokes. 2. Social interaction challenges. One of the key signs of high-functioning autism is difficulty in social situations. People with HFA may struggle to develop and maintain friendships because they often don't pick up on social cues or understand the nuances of communication. For instance, they might not recognize when a conversation is over, or they might come across as blunt or disinterested, even if they care deeply about others. It can also be challenging for them to understand group dynamics or emotional expressions from others. 3. Sensory sensitivities. Many individuals with high-functioning autism experience sensory processing issues. They may be overly sensitive to certain sounds, lights, textures, or smells, which can cause them to become easily overwhelmed or anxious in crowded or noisy environments. For example, they might become distressed by the hum of fluorescent lights or feel irritated by certain fabric textures. Others may have a higher tolerance for pain or discomfort and may not react to stimuli the same way as others would. 4. Repetitive behaviors and routines. People with HFA may have a strong preference for routine and may become distressed if their daily schedule is disrupted. They often engage in repetitive behaviors, such as hand flapping, rocking, or repeating certain phrases or actions. These routines and behaviors help them feel safe and in control. Changes to their environment or routine can lead to anxiety or meltdown. 5. Special interests. Individuals with high-functioning autism often develop deep, specialized interests in specific topics. These interests can be incredibly intense and detailed. For example, someone with HFA might become extremely focused on subjects like astronomy, history, mathematics, or even niche hobbies like railroads or video games. While these special interests can be an asset, especially in careers requiring detail-oriented thinking, they can also lead to challenges in balancing other aspects of life. 6. Cognitive abilities. High-functioning autism is typically associated with average or above-average intelligence. Many individuals with HFA excel in areas such as math, science, or technology. They may also be able to focus intensely on tasks for long periods of time. However, their difficulty with social cues and communication can sometimes hinder their ability to succeed in areas that require interpersonal skills, such as team-based work or collaborative environments. 7. Emotional regulation. Individuals with high-functioning autism can experience difficulties with emotional regulation. They may have difficulty recognizing their own emotions or expressing them in a socially acceptable way. When overwhelmed, they might struggle to self-soothe or manage their emotional responses. This can sometimes result in outbursts, frustration, or meltdowns when they are unable to effectively communicate their needs. 8. Co-occurring conditions. It's also important to note that many individuals with high-functioning autism also have co-occurring conditions, such as anxiety, depression, ADHD, or OCD. These conditions can complicate the challenges associated with autism spectrum disorder and can require additional support. The presence of these conditions might affect a person's ability to focus or manage daily tasks, and addressing them is crucial for overall well-being. 9. Diagnosis and support. A diagnosis of high-functioning autism or autism spectrum disorder is typically made through a comprehensive evaluation by a team of specialists, including psychologists, pediatricians, and speech therapists. The evaluation includes assessments of social communication, behavioral patterns, and sensory sensitivities. Early diagnosis is important as it helps provide access to therapy and support, such as speech therapy, occupational therapy, and social skills training. Support for individuals with high-functioning autism focuses on helping them develop coping strategies, improve social interactions, and find ways to manage sensory sensitivities. For example, someone might benefit from cognitive behavioral therapy to improve emotional regulation, or they may receive assistance with learning social skills in more structured environments. 10. Living with high-functioning autism. Living with high-functioning autism can present both challenges and strengths. On the one hand, it's important to recognize and respect the differences in how someone experiences the world, and to be understanding when it comes to the difficulties they may face. On the other hand, individuals with HFA often have extraordinary abilities and talents that make them unique and valuable contributors to society. Many people with HFA go on to excel in careers that require logical thinking, attention to detail, and creativity. It's all about embracing their strengths and providing the right support for their weaknesses.